Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. Monday, April 3rd, 2017, 8:11 p.m. in the evening, and I wanted to build my watch list for tomorrow. Today's watch list, the watch list that I put together Friday for today, was a great watch list. There was some fantastic plays on my watch list. The big winner was cool. I mean, this thing's up 21%. It opened pretty aggressively at the open. This thing gapped up. It opened at 1436, and if you notice, the MACD crossed over pre-market at about oh, I'm sorry, this is showing. Okay, this is it. It crossed over pre-market at around right here. As you can see, it actually, starts running, and when the market opened, you can see the greens over the red, and that spacing's there. The TTM squeeze popped, and this thing ripped. I mean, I was so stupid. I missed this opportunity. Let me remove all drawings. I accidentally, I was at work, and when I trade at work, it's just so tough to trade. I'm not supposed to be trading, and I'm never relaxed, and it impacted my ability to really look at everything, my screen. And I had this watch list up. And I was looking at, even though Cool was on my watch list on the 31st as well, but I wasn't looking at Cool when the market opened. I was looking at USRM, and then I was looking at something else that just popped up on my nightly big scanner mover. But just to call this out, I mean, look at this thing. This thing went from 14 to, by 9:42 it was at 1664. If you look at the 5 minute, you can see that gaps up, and then you have this what's called a flat top breakout, where when a stock gaps up and it kind of hits its peak, and it has this little wick here, it's kind of not sure what it's going to do, but you draw a resistance line here, and you kind of see, just wait for that pop, and it squeezed it. If you look here, this is the low, this is the high. It formed this like triangle pattern, and it just kind of just consolidated, and then it just popped. I mean, it just gapped all the way up. This thing hit a high of 1890 before it kind of consolidated sideways, and then it just reversed, and then it kind of moved all day. I mean, this thing, gave back, kind of went back in reverse, and then went back up. I mean, it just, there was just a lot of opportunity here to make a trade. Let me just remove all drawings. Sorry, remove all drawings. So if you're looking at this, and you get in because you see all the bullish confirmations again, all you do is, once you go in, you just do the trend line. The trend is your friend, and obviously the market's opening, you're not gonna have the space because the candle's going, but you put a little line, you let it go, and then you right click on it, and then you go extend the right, and it'll you know push it up. And then as long as the stock doesn't break the trend, you can stay in the trade. So let's assume you got in here at 1485. Let's use that for an example. And you're watching it gap up. You'll see this go from 1485. You see it gaps down, but it's still above the trend. It goes all the way up to 1739, and then look, it came back down. It broke the trend line at 1661. So had you got in, let's assume here at 1485, you still be up almost $2. So the trend line helps in the sense that it just gives you some sort of visual indicator that helps you say, okay, I'm going to stay in the trade. Trend lines really do help. I mean, they're very, very helpful. I know a lot of people that just use trend lines. They don't use even indicators. They use trend lines all through a trade. So of course, though, the confirmations too so it goes over VWAP. This is the 9 EMA. This is the 20 EMA. As long as it's above it, you can stay in. And if you look at the 5 minute chart, it never broke below the 13 EMA. This is the 13 EMA on the 5 minute chart. You could have just rolled this up. If you were looking at the 5 minute time frame, you could have rolled this all the way up, and once it broke the 13 EMA here, you could have got out. I mean, that's another strategy, that you can use. There's a lot of ways to go about this, But that was the big winner, and there was others. USRM is another one that ripped at the open, This thing at the open, it shot up, pulled back, and then it just ripped, and it's kind of hard, it was choppy, but it had a lot of volume, And when it's choppy like this, it's kind of hard to get a sense of the direction of the stock. That's when I really use trend lines, or I'll use VWAP as my entry. Say, hey, if it breaks above VWAP, I'll go in. And, it kind of like gapped up and followed VWAP. But theoretically, right here is where it broke above VWAP. And you could have just took this up all the way to 13 cents. And then it broke below it, and it's kind of sideways. And I think tomorrow this thing, kind of, gapped up again and broke below VWAP, and it found its support at, like, what is it currently at, 13. What is it? 13 is that? Oh, it's after hours. It's up 13.49. But I think tomorrow this thing will probably get back, and then it'll have another spike. There's a lot of buzz about this company for whatever reason. LL was another company that, look at this, it just lumber liquidators. Look at this, it went from, I mean, look at the plays on my watch list. It went from 21 to 22.73 before it reversed. Now, if you look at, what do I talk about in my momentum trading for beginners? That usually you get like two gaps up. You get two, you get a gap up, you get a pullback, a gap up, a pullback, one last push, and a wash. And that's exactly what happened. On the 5 minute, it's a lot cleaner than the 1 minute. On the 1 minute time frame, if you're looking at the stock, it's kind of hard to get a sense of the gate. So, you have this gap up, you have the bull flag, you have a gap up, you have a bull flag. Then you see these indecision candles. When you see them like this, that usually means it's going to be a reversal. And it reversed, and then it kind of found support, and it kept running. But if you looked at the 5 minute, I mean, it's very clean. You get the gap up, you get the pullback. So these people taking profit. You get another gap up, you get the pullback here, slight pullback, people taking profit. You get the last push, and then you get the wash. But then it kind of finds a support here, and it gaps up. So, if you get in the trade here and you're watching it, as long as it doesn't break the 20 EMA, or VWAP, you just stay, you could have stood in. If I'm watching this, I'm just putting a trend line, and I'm just going like this as soon as I'm in the trade. Let me change this color. I don't like this color. I'm just going to edit properties, make this black, set as default, hit OK, and there you go. And I would have just, me personally, I probably would have just rolled it up to here, and once it reversed, I would have sold my position, and I would have been fine with that, So, there's a lot of trade. There was a lot of trades here, man. I mean, my watch list was excellent today. There was a lot of movement. NUGT, JLNG. I mean, there were big opportunities there. The VWAP trade that I talked about. So look, NUGT broke. It opens and it kind of gaps up. This is higher day at this point. So you put a little. And that's what I did. I put a little, trend line here. And then it kind of gaps up, and then it gaps up, and it kind of forms a channel. But once it breaks, that's a high of day breakout. That's a strategy that I talk about in my momentum trading for beginners, and that's a confirmation for a lot of people to get in. And that's when the volume came in. See the volume push here, and people saw that and they got in and they just rolled it up. And you could have took a nice quick trade on this. Once it broke above VWAP or higher day, it's really up to you. And this thing kind of moved all day. So. The one play I made today, me personally, was this TRTC trade. I saw this I saw this gap up. I actually saw this right at the market open. It just popped up, and this is the scanner that I use to find all my plays, to build my watch list. But I find the majority of my plays on this very simple scan. And I saw it, the strength was there. I had the two light blue boxes, which tells me that the TTM is squeezing, and it just was very strong right out the market. So I saw it. The second candle I was in, I just got in, and I literally went like this, right? So I don't know what's gonna happen in the next candle. So I went like this, and then I just right clicked, and then I just go extend the right, and I just watched it, and I just rode the trend. I rode the trend, and then it kind of consolidated here. And then once it broke, I saw these candles. I said, oh, it's gonna reverse or at some point. And you see. And I got in. I made a quick $800, and then look, it reversed, and then it kind of, you could have shorted this back down, if you could have found the shares to short, and that was my play for today. That was pretty much the only play I had. It was just too difficult to trade, but did well. I did well really quickly, but with that said, all right. Let's build our watch list for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna go create new watch list. I'm gonna put tomorrow's date, 4/4/2017. Just 4/4/17 is fine. Hit save. And oh wow, what did I do here? I don't know what I did here. All right, that's fine. So, all right, so what we're going to do here at this point is we're going to go to scan. And just to review, this is my criteria where I build my watch list. I look for stocks between 20 cents and $30 that are 500,000 shares or greater, that are 5%. Hit scan. We got 43 stocks, all right? And that is reflective of this scan that I have over here, All right, the nightly. I want to make sure I have. Let me just put this. I messed around with it. All right. So I go to charts, and you know I filter by the highest percentage gainer. What did I do here? I don't know what I did. I did something here. I don't know what I did. It should be filtering by highest percentage gainer. I don't know what I did. Anyway, that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't scrolled up to the top. Sorry about that. All right, so let's go through our watches. Yeah, CYCC. This thing has been ripping after hours. Look at this. This had its move after hours. This thing went all the way up to $8 after hours. Look at this. Now, I don't really trade after hours. I tend to stay away. I actually saw this on the train coming home, and I was good. I actually saw it about right here. And I thought about buying it on my phone app, but it's just too, it's too dangerous for me. I need to be in front of a computer, and I just, I'm not always that comfortable trading from my phone. But, this thing had a lot of volume. There must have been some news on it. I don't know. What is it? Closed, BZ, cycle 40% after hours. Wall Street recoups most money per quarter on weaker note. Afternoon surge carry house stock to, I don't know. Something happened here. There was therapeutic potential. Oh, there was some sort of, no, this is old. Oh no, yeah, I don't know. Something happened. I have to look into more detail, but it was some. There must have been some positive news or some study result or something like that. But let's assume you would have got in here, right? Because you see, oh wow, the MACD is curling. The green is over the red. It looks strong. The TTM squeezes. Wherever you get in, just make sure as long as it stays above the 9 and 20, you could have rolled this. Now, what I would have done is. And at this point, you would see the whole screen come up. You can just literally draw your trend line. So I would have just went like this and just rolled. As long as it doesn't break the trend, I would have just stood in and rolled it up. Had you taken a position after hours, all right? This is going to be on our watch list for tomorrow, all right? CYCC, all right? So we'll be watching that. I mean, my expectation is tomorrow this is going to give back all these gains. I mean, maybe it runs a little more, but it's so overextended at this point that, who knows? I mean, maybe it continues to run. Let's see. Let me put shares here so you can see how if this is a low float or not. I'm not sure. We'll move it up. Hit okay. And in terms of shares, yeah, it's a low float stock. That's why it's ripping. So you know what? Maybe it has a chance to move in the market. So remember the criteria that I say, a low float is 10 million shares or less. The technical terminology for low float is probably 20 million or less, but I like to look for stocks that are 10 million or less shares. Yeah, that's why it ripped the way it did. So we'll see. All right, so that's on the watch list. Next one, NVCR. NVCR moved pre-market. So pre-market, this thing moved on news. It went from $8 to $14. Incredible move pre-market. I mean, this thing ripped. But look what happened when the market opened. It washed. So you could have shorted this down and made a killing. So sometimes a stock, when it has its move pre-market, the move is pretty much done for the day, and you don't be hyped thinking it's going to continue to run up. That's why you gotta let the market open. Sometimes you gotta give the market a few minutes to kind of see which way a stock is going to go. You just don't just buy right at the open. You would have got crushed buying this stock. So this could have been an amazing short, man. I mean, look at this bear flag, bear flag, bear flag. I mean, this is. And the same rules apply for the trend. So let's say you would have shorted. Let's say you would have shorted it right here, 1301. All right. Let's say I would have done it. I would have just put my trend line going in the opposite direction, just like that. Just watched it, and see what it done. And as long as it stays below the 9 EMA and 20 EMA, you could have rolled all this down. So it's still overextended. This is a stock that normally trades in the $6 to $7 range. It's still $10. So this might be a great short tomorrow. Or it might gap up a little bit more at the open because it just washed so much. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but you can keep an eye on it, see what it does tomorrow. I want to see what other plays are. Maybe I'll put it on later on. See what happens. BITCF? No, this is garbage. STDY, STR, another stock. Look at this, ripped pre-market all the way up to $9. See, had its move pre-market, right? Had its move pre-market, and then when the market opened, it gapped up a little bit more. It had its run, right? Gapped up. Here's the pullback. There's the bull flag. Has that push, and then the reversal. That's why trend lines work, because let's say you would have said, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get in, right? There's two strategies that I have. The first candle will make a new high over the previous 5-minute candle. You can get in, but sometimes a move happens so fast you don't have the chance to do it. So if you're gonna trade the 1 minute, you just want to make sure that, let's say you would have got in here 835 because it broke VWAP, broke the 90 MA. You see the TTM squeeze, you see the MACD crossover, the green crossing over the red, so it looks very bullish. The TTM squeezing, right here, you put that, you're not gonna see what the next candle is doing yet. So, you're gonna put that there, and then you're gonna go extend the right, and you just watch it gap up. And this is where a trend line would have been great, because you would have got in, and once it would have broke the trend, you would have already had your shares already, in the sell position to get out the stock, So that's why trend lines are really, really helpful. Okay, but is this going to be on my watch list? That's the key question. Now, it gave back a lot of gains. This, for short sellers, yeah, this should absolutely be on your watch list. This, STDY and NVCR, both should be on your watch list, because this is incredible shorting opportunities. But I'm just, I'm trying to find something a little more long bias for a lot of the newbies here, all right, because they can't short. So I may put these on the list anyway. Let's see what other plays we have. All right, next up is IGC. Yeah, this is a stock that had 2 million shares. It went from 49 to 63, and then look at this, like right at the end before the market closed, it washed. This stock was 38 cents 5 days ago. I'll put it on the watch list. We'll see what it does tomorrow at the open. My expectation is it'll probably give more back, but we'll see. ARGS is another stock that moved nicely at the open. It went from 46 cents to 68 cents before it reversed, had that little reversal, and kind of washed, and then it bounced right on VWAP, and then it held, and then it broke below it. It was 31 cents a couple of days ago, so it's overextended. This would be a great short tomorrow if you can find shares to short. I'm not going to put it on the watch list because it gave back a lot already. ONCYF, nope. Cool. Yeah, we'll put this on the watch list. Gave back. This been on my watch list a few days. I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to run tomorrow. This stock has been going crazy. YGE, nope. BLTO, and it's too choppy and not enough value for me. INNL, no. This thing, wow, look at this. It just went whoosh, crazy, and then it kind of gave back all its gains now. PRAN, yeah, this stock, when it moves, it moves. Look at this. Nice move at the open. Look at that. Just gapped up. Just rolled the 90 MA all the way up. And then it had that nice reversal. Yeah, when the stock's going like this, obviously your trend line's gonna be like this. So if your trend line's like this, and you see it gap up, what I usually do at this point is I put another trend line going this way. Because sometimes the stock starts going this way, and then it goes this way, and then once it gaps up and it breaks, you can get out of your position. Remember, you just want a piece of the move, man. Don't get greedy. This bull market is, it's misleading. It's not gonna always stay this way, unfortunately, guys. And then you could have sold your position, or you could have reversed it. Once you sold, you could have went in and shorted this down. Look at that. I could have made some money shorting. Is it gonna be on my watch list? No. I think it gave back a lot of its gains. I don't know. I mean, you know what? In a way, look, it gapped Friday. It spiked Friday before it gave back, and it spiked. If we look at the 5-day, 5-minute chart, so it spiked on Friday at the open, right? And then it reversed, and then it spiked this morning, and then it reversed. You know what? I'm gonna put it on the watch list. Watch to see. Maybe it has a quick spike and then a sell. Maybe you get a quick play. This is a low float stock. You know what? I'll put just because I see that pattern, I'm gonna put it on the watch list, and I'm gonna watch to see at the open if it spikes. If it spikes, I may make a quick trade on it. If I get the chance to trade. I don't even know if I'm going to get a chance to trade tomorrow. All right, let's keep moving on. WPRT, nah, too choppy. I don't like it. IMLF, nah. BLCI, this is choppy, but it's gapped up nicely. Look, it rolled on the 5-minute, rolled the 13 EMA all the way up. On the 1-minute, this is just too choppy. You don't know what the hell it's going to do. So when I see a stock like this moving, I'm not looking at the 1-minute because it's just so choppy. You have no idea. You don't see any patterns. It just looks crazy. If a stock like this, what I tend to do when it's choppy and I feel like, okay, it's going to ride, I wait till it breaks above VWAP. So right here would have been like a nice clean indicator. Right in this area, I would have took a trade, like a stop, like 5 cents below VWAP, and just watch it ride the 13 EMA. And that's the strategy I would use on a stock like this if I was going to trade it. But it's very, very choppy. APOP. Look at this. It formed this U-shaped pattern. It started moving at the end. I don't know. This stock doesn't seem to want to die. It's still kind of hanging around here. I don't know what it's gonna do tomorrow. I mean, it kind of pulled back and then it had this nice pop. Literally, no pun intended, and it reversed. Because it's been so volatile. I'll put it on the watch list just for that. It doesn't seem to want to die. So we'll just keep it on the watch list to see. Maybe there's an momentum opportunity. Graham, this is a stock that I traded before. It had a nice move today. It's a nice slow mover, slow grinder. It gapped up nicely, and then people took profit, and it's kind of right at VWAP. So you know what? Maybe tomorrow continues up slowly. I mean, over the last 5 days, this was 256 5 days ago. You know what? Let's put it on the watch list. We'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, let's keep moving. PSTI, nah, no volume. AMCM. I'm sorry, I did have volume, it's just choppy, not enough. I don't think enough people traded this. AMCN, this thing had a nice move up, and then kind of pulled back, and now it seems like it's going to continue upwards. This is probably a pump, and it looks like based on this, people would look at this nice. It had a nice opportunity to trade this at the open. See the TTM squeezing, the greens crossing over the red. There's some spacing. That's a bullish confirmation. You got the volume there. It's above the 9 EMA. You could have took this up, right? Rolled this up. And then look, on the 5 minute, there's a bull flag right here. This could have been your entry right here. Your entries right here. Your new entries right here. Then it kind of pulls back here. I would have waited to see what it was going to do. I would have entered right here, and then, you could have went up, rolled this up, so just ride the, could have just rolled the trend, just ride it all the way up nice and easy. And then this is nice. This is when trend lines are real good because it's nice and slow. You see it moving, grinding slowly. And then it washed. I'm going to put this on the watch list because I think this is probably a pump. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if it continues upward. Let's continue on. IVFH, nope. VIVE, nope. I don't like it. Too choppy. No volume. RNN, oh no. Like, what the hell? Like, you can't tell what the stock is doing with this. I mean, it may continue upwards. 44 cents 5 days ago, but I'm not trading it. No way. DRAM, nope. WBAI, look, kind of had a nice move at the open. This is 1262. It's at 1490. Hit 14, and it kind of fell back. I'm sorry, it's at 1444 right now. I mean, this may be a good short tomorrow, but no volume. Xeno, nope. NWEB, nope. LL, yes, absolutely. This stock, Lumber Liquidators, is a stock that is very liquid, man. It trades in this range between $18 like $25. If you look at the yearly, this thing has been, moving. It broke its high, $20, 24 cents, and now it's at 22. I think tomorrow will probably present a good short, but it's been, the stock has been moving. HMY, oops, let's go back to the 2 day 1 minute. Very choppy. I mean, it's up. It's holding its highs, but this would be hard for a momentum play. It's more like a swing trade. I'm not going to put it on my watch list, but you can watch it if you want. AVEO, nope. EXK, nope. ANGI. ANGI has, 1.7. It's kind of choppy. I mean, I'm going to put it on the watch list because it's holding its highs. I don't like the stock because it's too choppy, but you get a sense that this stock looks like it's cheap, and it looks like this could be a potential swing for people who are swing trading. I'm gonna put it on for you guys, and you guys take a look at it. Maybe you may want to potentially hold it. TRTC went. Yeah, this is a stock that I traded today. I don't expect it to do anything tomorrow. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list. SHCAY, nope. MDRM moved. This thing opened up at what, 26? It's at 28. It's holding its highs. It's kind of choppy, but no volume. But these stocks tend to run, man. I've been noticing stocks like this. They move. This stock 5 days ago was how much? $25 at $28. I mean, it's no volume, but you may want to take a look at it. I'll put it on there just so you can, maybe you may take 100 shares and it continues up, or who knows. AKTX, this thing ripped. Look at this. It had its move at 130 and went up to 1280, and it gave back a lot of that. It washed. It was at 640 5 days ago. Wow. I mean, gave back a lot of its gains. But at the market, this thing opened at 10 and it's still at 11. I'm gonna put it on the watch list only because who knows? Maybe it continues higher. It seems to continue to run. All right, AU, yeah, this is the stocks I like. Gold holding its highs, nice volume, moved really nicely. On the 5 minute, nice entries here. Pull back, bull flag, gap up, washed, and just continued up. Right here was high day. You could have gotten right there and just rolled this all the way up. Yeah, AU, we'll keep it on here. As long as gold is bullish, you're gonna see a lot of these gold start to move. CLSN, nah. HDP's holding its highs. No volume, but it closed holding its highs. This was $9 5 days ago, and now it's at 1040. See where it's been over the last year. It's getting close to its range. This is probably a good short tomorrow. I would expect that it's gonna pull back. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but maybe you may want to take a better look at it. MTNB, nope. DSX, nah, too choppy. VSLR, nope. ELOS, nope. So those are the stocks. So these seem to be the stocks on my watch list for tomorrow. And then if you want to really dig deep, you can look at stocks that are below the 5%, like that. My new high scan. Sometimes I'll go there. If I really want to see, I'll click on IG. See, gold stocks are moving. This is very choppy, but because gold seems to be moving in unison, I would pollute them because I would add them because if tomorrow gold pulls back, guess what? All these stocks are gonna pull back. Be great shorting opportunities, and you can just look through these. See, these stocks didn't appear on my scanner because they're below the 5% criteria. But look, this stock that's holding its highs. It's not a lot of volume. MAC kind of had its move. Pump, Pump is choppy, but it ripped 1257 and went to 1355. So you can keep looking if you want. Right now, these seem to be the stocks. Look at silver. Silver went up 1.9 million. It's holding its highs. I'll put this on there because if it'll have a nice pullback tomorrow if gold pulls back. It's been so volatile, these gold stocks and silver stocks, and the market's so manipulated. Look, another gold stock that's up holding its highs, SPGL. I'll put it on because all of them moved. SPGL. TGS, probably another gold stock. I don't know. Is no volume. But alright, I'm gonna keep these plays. So this is our watch list for tomorrow. We got some good plays. You know what? I am gonna put that IMM. What is it? What is that stock that I don't know why I don't see it here. I'll add it. I'll post my watch list. USRM. That's what I'm gonna keep. I think that's what it is. Yeah, USRM. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this on my watch list. I think this is gonna continue to be volatile. So keep an eye on that. All right, so these are the stocks up for the watch list tomorrow, folks. All right, so we got some good plays, some affordable, some a little bit pricier. All right, so hope you found this informative, folks, and let's keep it going. All right, have a good night.